Hey there, Aqua. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe, ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy of the World, give us that big thumbs up and like and share. That's the way these videos are getting out. We're getting more subscribers here, more people tuning in, leveling up through these energy sessions. That's what these are. That's why they are timeless. That's why they're not making a bunch of promises. They're information resources present here so you, yourself, your soul, your spirit can level up, can grow. Ooh, we got a visitor. My son, hey, we work from home. It's real here, y'all. Say hello. This is my son, Gray. Been on now. Let me see your pretty face. There we go. Can you believe I birthed this one? Yeah, so that's the thing. We want people to tune in here because then you don't have to do the work all by yourself. My Venus and my Jupiter in Aquarius, so I know about this world leveling up in love. So, speaking of love, that's kind of what was going on in the cuts of the deck beforehand, but we'll get to that in a moment. If you've sown a donation, I want to thank you because we do have new decks that come in which give us more expansive knowledge, insight, intuition into what is going on in the world around us with you, with myself. And if you wondered where I was, Hurricane Sally came on through and took her damn sweet time, blew out our power and everything else. It's like, I can't record, I can't upload, so whatever. Hopefully everybody will join back in when we come back online. So I'm back here now and I'm ready to find out what's going on. So as I said, we have a one card wonder read coming in, and I wondered why it wasn't just one card. And they're like, Joy, now come on, listen to us. It's going to be one tarot card, and then we're going to have a rune, we're going to have a credit card, but we're having Mars and Pluto show up along with an oracle card. So Mars and Pluto want us to know and reiterate their support and their power along with us. That they're here. Mars has definitely got our back during this retrograde and said that's the whole reason I go retrograde, is to carry you along and serve as a form of shield and protection so that you can focus on your future, you can focus on the present, you can be in your eternal infinite self, that you are afforded the empowerment that you need to make the time leaps, the time jumps, the wormholes, that sort of thing. Now I will let you know what was showing up in the cuts of the deck was in Pluto, and I'm telling you it was the Ace of Cups, and I'm like, what? Ooh, Aquarius, we know you've been getting ready, but when we hear it from Pluto, you're like, it must be on like Donkey Kong. And I'm like, what is that? No, we're going to get one card only. I see you. I see you flying out. So it's on like Donkey Kong. And it's because you come, Aquarius, from beyond Pluto, from the realm beyond there. So I need to let you know the person you'll be meeting, male or female, right? The person you'll be meeting is a little more earthly than you. It could be an earth sign, but it's someone who's a little more grounded, a little more present, a little more here. But they are going to have that intuitive connection, the thing that very much gets you. You want someone who speaks to you telepathically, that they hear and they can read your mind and they can sense you. But see, you're passionate. So you want that earth sense about them, that they feel and they pick up on your body cues. You know, as a massage therapist, I'm very good at reading body language. So someone who understands your body language, who often even can navigate your moods better than you. And not that we're saying you're moody, and because you very much ride those wavelengths and those frequencies from well beyond this universe that we're in, that you're sensing and experiencing a lot of it, but not even processing all of it, because it's through all the layers of your aura, all the layers of your cosmic egg going on there. So with that being said, let's look at your, what is that? The dream, mystical dream oracle. Okay, here we go. I'm telling you, my nose never itched before I started doing this, but let's take a look and see what we've got going on. 9 of Wands. Okay, talk about that earthmonger going on. Ooh, and they have strong Plutonian energy. So just so you want to know, okay, Aquarius, I got a strong sex drive. I just had to put that bomb right there, right now. I love it because off in the background, the sheathed one. It's almost like the cloak of Pluto here is the sheath for this sword. Their passion that they have yielding right there in their hands. This person could be a Gemini, but they have strong scorpionic placements. And you talk about some woohoo naughty stuff going on. A Gemini with strong Scorpio placements, it's like, you just better shut the door and lock it now. You better find a place to get away because it might be popping. I just don't know. But I got to tell you, but look at Pluto over here. He's like, woo, woo. What he's holding there is almost like when people people go to games and they buy the foam finger and they're waving it for their team. And you're like, yes, Team Aquarius, go Aquarius. I'm telling you, this person is crazy about you. It doesn't matter that it's a man here, male or female. This is that person, that earthy person coming in. But it is someone very much of action. So I love that because there's plenty of fire in their chart as well, as we can see showing up on their authority. They're a master, they're a fire, they're a master of their passion, but they're also a master of their fiery divinity, of their divine mind, of their decision making, of their promise making. So you being an air sign, which to me you're not, you're actually plasma. So you're even beyond that. There's someone who's very conscious in the way they live. They watch their words, they watch how they speak, they communicate with their body, with their presence. That's why there's that divine telepathy with you. It's not just of the mind, because that would be vain and empty and vague for you. It's a very much pragmatic and in the earthy realm, because to me plasma is so much more tactile than just an air sign. That's why to me y'all are the air and the water. You're like the mist beyond our universe. And so all these stars, this, you're talking about a collusion of stars. They're all coming together on your behalf to bring in the greening of this great divine tree of life, because this tree of life that exists is y'all's relationship. That's interesting. If you tune in here often, you know this isn't a typical topic of conversation, but you're like, Joy, we're putting your finger in it. Give it to us now. And I'm like, whoa, you all spicy and ready to go with this. But this tree is ancient. It's been there a long time. So you've had many lives together, many dreams together, but it is real. It is time to be heaven on earth. And see, this ending, see, this news here is the ending of the old day, the old way of the old tethering. There are no karmic bonds or lessons or anything to learn in this lifetime. There is no more having to fix things from the past, that maybe the lover died, or maybe, you know, someone took them over. They had an arranged marriage or whatever else. It's none of that. And Pluto's like, they're like going, that's right, because I'm making sure this time, I am making sure this time that there will be the real life earthly connection, the abiding connection in Aquarius, somewhere inside you all steaming. You're like, I'd always dreamt of being human. I'd always dreamt of being earthly and having that experience here, but I didn't know it existed, especially not in power, and especially not for me, for myself. But it does. There is this bond and this unique connection that the two of y'all have. This person's mature. It doesn't matter what age they are. That's irrelevant. Because Aquarius often, well, it depends. It can also be if your Venus or your Jupiter or your Mars is in Aquarius. That can have to do with your sexual and intimate connections. But also being born Aquarius, you're drawn to a variety of people. You like people that are more off the wall, more zany, more individuals, more carefree in the sense that they don't get wrapped up and tied into what someone else thinks about them. It's someone who stands in their truth and their power and their might. That type of energy is what we're talking about here. So this ain't your typical 9 of Wands. It's like that. It's like that wand. And you're like, like a cat with 9 lives. You're like, y'all are so wrong. I cannot believe you're saying that. You're like, yep. When one time is over, boom, we resurrect and do it again and again and again. So Aquarius, if you were asking that question, there's your answer. I almost can't even make eye contact. There is no hiding the blush on these rosy cheeks. That is so funny. A cat with 9 lives. Talk about some WAP. Okay. Sorry, I gotta step out of here on that one. Let's get into your moon. I got chills all over. We're stepping into your moon oracle. Okay, there you are. Okay, interesting. There's a card from them and a card that's for you. Now everything else, Scorpio was able to do this too because they're really needing to know, but everybody else have cut them to one because the gods are very specific. But their message to you, this person's message to you, now remember, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. This is your person, this incoming person, this energy that's from that Plutonian earthy. So, but it's like the Gemini, Scorpio, Capricorn type person. Or for some of you, it's Virgo. There's a lot of green here. But they're wanting you to know waning crescent 3, surrender. Surrender to the creative process of the power of this process. Surrender to your ideas, your ideals, and your mindsets about it, because you have it very, even though you like people of all sorts, shapes, and colors, you're very definitive about what you know that you want in a partner, like that. And remember, they're quite mature, so they might be significantly younger than you. Okay, that's a lot of what this is showing here. Is there's a division in the age, there's a difference in the age there. It could also be where they came from, like their cultural background is completely different than yours, but it's not competing, it's complementary. These are things like when you see puzzle pieces apart, they just look like a bit of misshapen pieces, but when they come together you see the perfection. All right, so that's what they want you to know, is to see their perfection, to see how complementary y'all are of each other. And remember the collusion of the stars all working together on your behalf. You still have it reiterated here. That's interesting. Where was I talking about the nebulous energy? In one of the readings that I did this week, who talked about the nebulous energy? It was either Virgo or Libra. I think it was Virgo. Talking about the nebulous energy, and that's like a cloud formation. It's made in the stars, but it's these images captivated in the stars of like the God, of the divine power, of these pictures and things that were divine since before you were ever created or born, because you are eternal. That's what they want you to know. But both of you, they also want you to know that they have a mind and a mission for the earth and for the world. It might not be so forward and outward, like I'm part of this committee, I'm part of this environmental project, I'm part of that, but it is their heart set. It is the mind of their heart. It is the motivation of their life, is that they are open to caring and compassion about our world being a better place. Because they are an intentional liver, they are also an intentional lover, because they care about how they consciously live and think. That is their contribution to our world as a responsible party. And when it comes together in divine relationship, then it becomes impactful. Then it becomes resonant, sonic, and in stereo. And the world begins to see and take notice just from that. So if you knew why you should level up and let this in, Aquarius, that is why. You step into your amness when you step into this relationship. That is the Scorpio reading. They talk about and have taught us about all the eyes, from the imagination and intelligence down through our instincts, our intuition, that sort of thing, to step into our I amness, because they say it surpasses beingness. Beingness takes consciousness. When you get into your I amness, you're in your total divinity and your divine self, because you're not having to reason or come from different places or weigh things out or to see lines, edges, or shadows anymore. It is literally going into the knowledge and letting the world part move behind you, just like wake in the water behind a boat. Okay, so with that, here is your card, Aquarius 43, Blue Moon, the Unexpected. And this is you kind of going, oh, taking a deep breath, like, oh my God, they're so fine. It's really happening. It's really here. And allowing that full attraction to occur, because you can see it's already cosmic. It's already connected. And allowing the permission for heaven and earth to kiss, to be here, to be now. Okay? And something that you can talk about and share. This is the reiteration of it being earthly, being pragmatic, being heaven on earth. It's not just something in your divine mindset, because you have someone to talk to about it. Okay? And this is a friend as it begins to develop shape and form, because it's real, it's earthy, but it still has a plasma movement around it as it keeps divining and shaping. And you just need to know, one of you may have tattoos and one of you may not. Okay? That's just for whoever. Interesting. I love that. Okay, intelligent person, instinctive. They have all the levels of the heart, and they're coming from a pure place. Like, it has been tested and tried over and over and over again. They are certifiable. They graduated from the drama of life. What is happening here? Okay, let's get the rune on the unexpected for Aquarius. Be very clear, one card on 43, the return to the energy, the restoring of your balance through creativity, and this is the creative union that we're talking about here. I see you. You showed yourself, but you're still like stuck in a tiny bit of drama. Like I can't say it's drama like bad, but it is a bit of a connection. Maybe you have a child that's still at home, that there's a little bit of wrapping up going on there. And that's why you're kind of like, yeah, let me just stand outside the looking glass and look at this. I'll entertain it in my mind's eye, but it's like, no, it's real, it's practical, it's pragmatic. Let it come forward. This will take care of itself. Whatever was stuck to this, and now we're about to look at this. Stretch, lengthen, and strengthen. This is about you rising into a new formation. I mean, some of you, it's taking care of your parents. Others of you, it's your children that you were taking care of, or maybe a job assignment that you need to complete, or like, you know, in my case, dealing with brain injury, trying to get to the other side of that. I'm thinking that, well, when I get to this more evolved part of myself, then it's like, no. LinkedIn strengthen. They're saying believe now, root down to rise up. Believe now, because this is timely. This is divine. All right? That's what's necessary. It's a divine meeting that is actually occurring here. And that's when you begin to glow. That's when you begin to glow. Trust the timing. Don't manipulate it. Don't finger in it. Don't any of that. Simply live each day. That's why the plasma is still moving around. It's not going to rush and hurl and go forward and shake your whole world up and throw everything into chaos. No. It's very orderly, but it's also imminent. Okay? It's imminent. So let's get the Pluto, since Pluto's back here like, ha, 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 waving the number one finger at the game of life. It's like, we ready? You're number one. You're the love. What's Pluto got to say here? Okay. 5 of Swords. Mastermind. Whoa. I love this card. Now this is, I think this is called the Black Tarot. I think that's all it's called. But talk about a mastermind. A mastermind in balance, and how to deal with polarizing situations, how to deal with, they're making up words. I don't even know how to express that to you. Give me just a second. But very much Neptune energy. They speak your language. You need to know that. They may not use all the words to express Atlantean and Andromeda and all that kind of stuff. They may not speak all the New Age ease or that type of thing, but they definitely divine it from their heart. They get on that wavelength. They get on that frequency, and they're very on board with speaking your heart's language. That is what's going on here. They're a mastermind. They're a master of many, but it has to do with what's the air. Abide at a time. They've learned how to take life a step at a time, a bite at a time. That's their master plan. That's their master plan. That's their master plan, this divine relationship with you. Is they're not rushing it. They're not manhandling it. They're not forcing it or whatever. It's to literally let the giddy and the comfort and the bond all occur at the same time. It's that like titillating tension that goes on often that we have when we were teenagers, you know, where it's like, oh my God, but we could handle it. We stayed in that state of that tension of the, you know, the wondering and knowing. But in this case, there is no gaslighting, no trickery of the mind, nothing like that. The simple tension is the state of things building, developing, and growing over a period of time. Patience, Aquarius? I don't know. It doesn't require patience of the way we think it. Patience is a process. So you can love that process here. You talk about the Queen of Spades coming on in. This is Mars coming in for you. And it's talking about putting on a new hat, putting on a new idea, a new ideal going on. Some of you, it's awakening to dreams you didn't even know you had, because it's talking about translocation. Okay, because the same with you, it's developing the new forms of conversation, someone else's love language as well. Maybe one you're not as familiar with, because this person is totally different than what you've been used to. They are so pragmatic and earthy and whatever else, but there's nothing difficult in it. It's definitely of the same, right? It's the power of your potentials, because these are both females going on here, to connect both the mature and the innocent. I love it. Within yourself. It's kind of like, you know, say you're someone who likes the wildest, craziest roller coasters on the planet, but yet you love Disney movies. It's that juxtaposition of that type of energy. But same as in that divine relationship, there was that juxtaposition of the fiery passion and the innocence at the same time of someone who's so wild and crazy about you, but they're also okay with taking time and letting it develop and grow, because there are other things going on with them for you. Compassionate, caring, loving, wise, mature, developed, enlightened, conscious. Hello. Did you order this up, Aquarius? Well, it seems like you did. And since it is imminent and the time is now, open wide, friend. Check back in with me soon. I love you. Bye.